Hi, my name's Michelle Burkhart, and I teach with the Intensive English program at Western Washington University. Today, we'll learn how to use adjective clauses to give additional information about a subject. Look at the girl in the picture. Do you know which girl I'm talking about? Of course not, right? There's more than one girl in the photo. Look at the girl who is wearing a red shirt. Now it's clear who I'm talking about. I've used an adjective clause to describe the girl. So why are adjective clauses important? By combining sentences with an adjective clause, your English writing and speaking will become more fluent. It will flow better, and it will be less repetitive. You can avoid repeating certain words. Let's look at how to make an adjective clause. Let's start with one sentence. The girl is 8 years old. Now I have a second sentence to identify which girl I'm talking about. The girl is wearing a red shirt. Okay, so I'm going to look at the second sentence and I'm going to look for the noun that is repeated. What noun is repeated? The girl, right? The girl is in the second sentence and the first sentence. So I'm going to cut out the girl. This will make my writing less repetitive. And I'm going to replace the girl with a relative pronoun, who. Now I'm going to take this clause and put it after the noun it describes. So this clause describes the girl. So I need to make a space after the girl. So I will put the relative pronoun after the girl. And I need to take this clause and put it after the relative pronoun. At the end, I need to put the rest of my main clause. So now I have one sentence with a subject-adjective clause. The girl who is wearing a red shirt is 8 years old. So this sentence is less repetitive and it helps my writing to flow better by taking two sentences and combining them into one. Let's look at another example. This time I want to describe the water in the picture. So I'll start with one sentence again. The water is from a recent rainstorm. Then I'm going to add a second sentence. The water is on the ground. Again, I'm going to look for the noun that is repeated in the first and second sentence. So what noun is repeated? The water, right? So what will I do? I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, it's gone. So now I want to replace the water with a relative pronoun. Since water is a thing, I can use a different relative pronoun. This time, I'll use the relative pronoun which. So I'll take this clause and put it after the noun it describes. What noun does it describe? The water, right? So I need to cut a space for the subject-adjective clause. So I put the relative pronoun after the noun, and I take the clause that goes with it and add it on. So now I have a sentence with a subject-adjective clause. The water, which is on the ground, is from a recent rainstorm. So we have used two relative pronouns today. The first one was who. The girl who is wearing a red shirt is 8 years old. We also used another pronoun. Do you remember what it was? Which. The water, which is on the ground, is from a recent rainstorm. There is one more relative pronoun that we commonly use. That. So we can use who for people, and we can use which for things. The last pronoun we can use for people or things. So I could replace the who with that, and it has the same meaning. The girl that is wearing a red shirt is 8 years old. Or the water that is on the ground is from a recent rainstorm. To sum up, let's look at the 4 basic steps to creating an adjective clause. First, start with 2 sentences and look for the repeated noun. Then take that repeated noun out of the second sentence. Second, replace that noun with a relative pronoun. You can use who or that for people, or which or that for things. Third, take that whole adjective clause and put it after the noun it describes. Finally, make sure you finish the main clause. That's it. Thanks for listening, and hopefully this lesson will help your speaking and writing in English to flow better and be less repetitive.